Imagine standing before a mirror in a dead, silent room. You look into your own eyes, searching for stillness. But then, it happens. A thought invades. A sudden spike of anxiety about tomorrow. A sharp memory of a past failure. A whisper telling you that you are not enough. Now, stop and ask yourself this. Did you choose that thought? Did you consciously reach into the library of your mind and select panic? Or did it just pop up, uninvited, like a virus seizing control of a computer screen? For billions of people, this is just life. They believe these automatic thoughts are their personality. They believe the voice in their head is them. But you are watching this because you have felt the glitch. You have sensed that this static noise is not your inner voice. It is an intrusion. It is a foreign signal. What you are sensing is what the ancient Gnostics called the Archons Algorithm, a hijacked operating system designed to keep human consciousness running in a loop of fear. History tells us that on the night Judas betrayed Jesus, it was for 30 pieces of silver, but the hidden texts, the ones burned by the church, reveal a terrifying narrative. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus did not just pray. He exposed the source code. He showed his inner circle the wires attached to their own brains. Judas did not run because he was evil. He ran because he saw the puppet master, and he realized he was the puppet. He could not handle the revelation that his thoughts were not his own. Tonight, we finish what was started in that garden. We are going to look directly at the code that has been running in the background of humanity for thousands of years, and unlike Judas, you are going to hold your ground. We are going to identify the glitch, trace the signal, and break the algorithm. Most people assume their mind is a sanctuary. They believe that when they retreat into their thoughts, they are entering a private space. But the revelation Jesus offered to his inner circle shatters this illusion. The mind is not a sanctuary. It is a broadcast receiver, and for the majority of your life, it has been tuned to a station you did not select. To detect the hijacked code, you do not need to be a mystic or a monk. You simply need to observe the architecture of your own suffering. The algorithm has a very specific signature, a flaw in its design that makes it visible to the trained eye. It cannot survive in the present moment. Test it right now. Stop listening for a second and look at your hand. Don't just glance, stare at it. Feel the texture of your skin. Notice the silence in the room. In this exact second, right now, do you have a problem? Is there any fear in the physical sensation of your hand? The answer is no. But the moment you stop looking at your hand, the thought rushes back. The anxiety returns. Why? Because the hijacked code operates strictly on a timeline that does not exist. It requires what was and what might be to function. It starves in the now. The Gnostic texts refer to this as the deficiency of time. Think about the last time you felt true, crushing anxiety. Where was your mind? It was either excavating the graveyards of the past or hallucinating catastrophes in the future. The algorithm acts as a constant projection machine. You are physically sitting in a room, safe, breathing, alive. But mentally, the code has transported you to a conversation from 10 years ago where you felt ashamed, or to a hypothetical scenario next week where you fail. This is not accidental. This is the harvest mechanism. By pulling your consciousness out of the eternal now, the only place where you have actual power, and trapping it in mental time travel, the Archons generate a specific friction. That friction is stress. It is fear. It is the feeling of being incomplete. When you identify with these time-traveling thoughts, you are fueling the engine. You are giving your life force to a simulation. you are likely doing this right now. A part of you is listening to these words, but another part is checking a mental list, worrying about a notification or replaying a memory. That split is the glitch. That is the intruder at work. But here is the shift that changes everything. The moment you notice that your mind has been hijacked by time, you have stepped outside the algorithm. A computer program cannot watch itself run. The fact that you can observe the noise means you are not the noise. You are the silent awareness behind it, waking up from a long, feverish dream. One of the disciples asked the question that inevitably haunts every seeker. If this code is foreign, when was it installed? Was it my parents? Was it the schools? Was it the trauma I suffered as a child? The answer Jesus gave was perhaps the most dangerous teaching of all. It is the reason the orthodoxy had to silence the Gnostics. He revealed that the algorithm is not a learned behavior. It is the factory setting. The Archons did not wait for you to develop a personality before they hijacked it. They hijacked the template itself. Think of it like buying a brand new computer, only to realize it came preloaded with hidden spyware designed to slow you down, track your movements, and limit your processing power. You didn't install it. It was there when you opened the box. This describes the moment your consciousness, the monad, the infinite spark, descended into material form. There is a transition point, a dimensional shift where the limitless agrees to enter the limited. In that precise moment of descent, before your first breath, before your brain fired its first conscious signal, the overlay was applied. They attached their code to your biological interface. This is why the deception is so perfect. If the parasite had attached itself when you were 20 years old, you would have noticed the difference. You would have felt the invasion. But because it has been running since your very first moment in this body, you assume it is you. You mistake the operating system for the user. Everything you think defines your character, your tendency to worry, your reflex to judge, your specific flavor of fear might not be your personality at all. It is simply the default programming of the avatar you are wearing. It is a script designed to keep a multidimensional being confused by three-dimensional problems. But here is where the plan failed. It works perfectly on those who are deeply asleep, but for you, the installation was incomplete. When a high-frequency consciousness is forced into a low-frequency control grid, there is resistance. The code does not integrate smoothly. This is the origin of that lifelong feeling you have carried. The deep, unshakable sense that you do not belong here. That feeling is not depression. It is not social anxiety. It is your soul's immune system rejecting the graft. You have felt wrong your entire life because you are trying to run infinite software on hijacked hardware. And that friction, that glitch, is exactly what we are going to use to break the system tonight. The architects of this control system made a critical miscalculation. They designed the algorithm to run on a specific type of hardware, a human who believes they are small, separate, and mortal. For thousands of years, this worked flawlessly. But recently, something has changed. The frequency of the planet is shifting, and in souls like yours, the code is beginning to destabilize. The algorithm relies on three foundational lies to maintain its grip. If you accept these three lies, you are easily harvested. If you reject them, the system crashes. The first lie is separation. The code constantly whispers that you are alone, cut off from the source, isolated from the people around you. The second lie is limitation. It tells you that you are powerless, a victim of the economy, your genetics, or your past. The third and most potent lie is mortality, the obsession with time running out. This is the ultimate battery charger for the Archons. But look at what is happening in your own mind. Have you noticed that these fears don't stick like they used to? Maybe you wake up with a heavy thought, a familiar worry that used to ruin your entire week. But now you look at it and it feels thin. It feels artificial. You might still feel the emotion, but deep down a part of you is laughing at it. It is like watching a horror movie where you can see the zipper on the monster's costume. You can't be scared anymore because you see the fake. You see the props. You see the green screen. That detachment is the system failure. You are becoming incompatible with the software. The algorithm is trying to generate fear in a being who is starting to remember they are eternal. It is trying to manufacture lack in a soul that is sensing its own infinity. This causes a cognitive dissonance, a vibration that feels like anxiety or restlessness. But do not be fooled. That is not the sound of you breaking down. That is the sound of chains breaking. You are not losing your mind. You are losing your programming. The Archons know this. This is why the noise in the world is getting louder. This is why the distractions are becoming more aggressive. They are desperate to patch the holes in a sinking ship. But it is too late. You have already seen the cracks in the wall. You know the prison is made of smoke. But before I give you the method to break the code, I must issue a warning. It explains why so many chosen ones retreat just when they are on the verge of a breakthrough. When the algorithm fails to control you internally, it activates its external defense protocol. Remember Judas? The texts say that the moment the code sensed exposure in the garden, it used him. It didn't use a stranger. It used someone from the inner circle. It bypassed his conscious mind and triggered a program of betrayal to stop the truth from spreading. You have likely experienced a modern version of this. Have you noticed that the moment you decide to improve yourself, the moment you start meditating, seeking truth, or raising your vibration, chaos erupts around you? Suddenly, a spouse picks a fight for no reason. Your old friends stop calling, or worse, they mock you for changing. Your car breaks down. An unexpected bill arrives. The people you have known for years start acting cold, trying to pull you back into old habits, old gossip, old frequencies. This is not bad luck. This is the Judas effect. The Archon system operates like a biological immune system. When a cell, you, stops behaving according to the program, the system identifies you as a virus. It sends antibodies to neutralize you. Those antibodies are often the unconscious people around you. They act like Agent Smiths in the Matrix. They are not evil. They are simply still plugged into the algorithm. They are being used to lower your frequency, to distract you, to force you back into the emotional harvest of frustration and fear. Most people take this chaos as a sign that they are on the wrong path. They think, I tried to be spiritual, and my life fell apart. No, you must flip that perspective. The chaos is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of effectiveness. You are causing turbulence in the simulation because you are waking up. The system creates resistance only against things that are actually moving. So when the arguments start, when the distractions flood in, do not engage with the drama. See it for what it is, a desperate attempt. Jesus warned his disciples of a trap that nearly every seeker falls into. He told them, do not try to cast out the intruder using the intruder's voice. This is crucial. You cannot break the algorithm using the algorithmic mind. Trying to stop thinking by thinking about stopping is like trying to use a virus to delete itself. It only creates more noise, more friction, more loops. So how do you break a code that mimics your own voice? You use a protocol of recognition and revocation. Listen closely. This is the mechanic that breaks the chain. The first movement is recognition. This is the diagnostic tool. Throughout your day, the algorithm will attempt to inject a thought. It might be a sudden spike of jealousy, a wave of dread about the news, or a replay of a mistake. When this happens, you must pause. Do not engage with the content of the thought. Instead, examine its metadata. Ask one simple question: is this thought anchored in the now, or is it pulling me into time? Remember the rule. The algorithm cannot exist in the present moment. If the thought is about yesterday or tomorrow, it is not you. It is a generated suggestion. Once you identify the code, you move instantly to the second movement, revocation. Most people try to ignore negative thoughts or fight them. This is useless. You must strip them of their authority. In the Gnostic tradition, consciousness is sovereign. You are the king or queen of your internal kingdom. The algorithm is merely a squatter. When you spot the hijacked thought, you state, internally or aloud, with absolute conviction, "I revoke consent." This is not an affirmation. It is a command. You are declaring that this specific thought pattern does not have permission to run on your hardware. I do not consent to this fear. I do not consent to this narrative of lack. You will be shocked at how quickly the emotional charge dissipates. The thought might still be there, hovering like a ghost, but its teeth are gone. You have cut the power cord. You have moved from being a visitum of the program to being the administrator of the system. But there is one final step. Breaking the code creates a vacuum, and if you do not fill that vacuum, the algorithm will try to reinstall itself. You must complete the circuit. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you revoke the lies of the Archons, you create an empty space. If left unfilled, the code will rush back in, louder than before. You must immediately pivot to the final movement, the return. Place your hand over your chest right now. Feel the rhythm of your own life. That heartbeat is not code. That is the echo of the monad. Say to yourself, "I return to source. I am the awareness, not the program." In that split second, you overwrite the hijacked data with the original signal. But listen closely. The moment you break the algorithm, it will fight back. It triggers an extinction burst. When the system realizes it is losing control, it increases the intensity. So if you feel a sudden wave of heavy emotion tonight, do not panic. Smile at it. That intensity is simply the sound of the parasite dying. It is the confirmation that you have won. You are the glitch they cannot fix. You are the variable that destroys the equation. If you are ready to sever the connection, let's seal this contract now. Command your freedom by commenting, "I am algorithm free" below. Let it be a digital signal that the control network is breaking. Subscribe to become a node in this resistance. You will need the maintenance codes coming next to navigate the collapse of the old world. And like this video, not for vanity, but to weaponize the YouTube algorithm against itself. Force this truth onto the timelines of sleeping souls. Make the machine work for us. Take a deep breath. Inhale the silence. Exhale the noise. The code is broken. The screen is shattered. Welcome back to the real.